everyone, I'm Tori Pop. I'm the festival manager for the Winnipeg Fringe Theatre Festival, and I would like to welcome you to our 2021 Play On #Winnipeg Fringe live stream event. This is certainly not the same as spending the day with you in the Exchange District around the buzz of the festival, but we're pleased to bring you some online content from July 12th to 17th starting at 7 p.m. every evening. That will be featuring some of our favorite Fringe artists, some new performers, a rad band series, and a new addition, the Poetry and Monologue Slams, right into your home or your backyard. I'd like to thank our generous sponsors, Liquor Marts and Assiniboine Credit Union, and for making this all possible, and the Winnipeg Foundation for sponsoring our family-friendly content. I want to give a big shout out to all the local businesses and our Fringe friends who donated to our awesome giveaways. Stay tuned because there's many more to come and lots more cool stuff you can win. And as always, a big thanks to our donors, staff, volunteers, patrons, funders for your unwavering and enthusiastic support of the Winnipeg Fringe Festival. I cannot wait to see you in person very soon, but until then, have fun, stay safe, and happy Fringe!
The Winnipeg Fringe Festival is located in Winnipeg on Treaty 1 land, the traditional territory of the Innu, Anishinaabe, and Dakota peoples, and the homeland of the Métis Nation. We are thankful for the benefits sharing this land has afforded us, and we are committed to the responsibilities of the treaty. Hai hai, Miigwech, Wopera, and Marci. I'm Ray Strawn, and I am taking over for my good friend Toby, who was with y'all yesterday. So big round of applause for Toby. So give some Tobys up in the comments there. Go in your comments section. Give me some Tobys. I'm your host, Ray Strawn. Thank you for joining us for day 2 of Play On #Winnipeg Fringe. And today I am lucky to have an amazing person as a co-host. She is a playwright, director, actor, and the Royal Manitoba Theatre Centre's Associate Artistic Director, Audrey Dwyer.
Hi, Ray.
How was that intro?
It was wonderful.
Awesome. And also, I'm proud to say colleague. I've been very blessed to work with Audrey a couple times, and she's an amazing artist to work with and to be in the room with. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. You're so kind. You're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. So we've had to delay live audiences for a while here in Winnipeg, unfortunately due to some circumstances. But as artists, we have to push ahead, plan ahead, be motivated and move on. So what is Royal Manitoba Theatre Centre planning on doing coming up?
Well, we're very, very happy to be able to present a season, an in-house, in-person season. We're starting off in the main stage with Orlando by Virginia Woolf and adapted by Sarah Roll. It's directed by our artistic director, Kelly Thornton, and you'll be able to see it from November 25th until December 18th, 2021. Then comes The Lifespan of a Fact by Jeremy Carrican, David Morrell, and Gordon Farrell, and it's directed by yours truly. And you can see that from February 10th until March 5th, 2022. Then there is Calpurnia, which is a play that I wrote. And this is a co-production with the National Arts Centre English Theatre, and it's directed by Sarah Garten Stanley. And you can watch that from March 24th to April 16th, 2022. Then we've got The Res Sisters by Thompson Highway, and that's directed by Tracy Nepinak, and that's running from May 5th to May 28th. Then in our warehouse, we've got Seasick, which is written and performed by Alana Mitchell. It was directed by Franco Boni with Ravi Jain. It's produced by the Theatre Centre out of Toronto. And that will run from March 3rd to March 19th, 2022. And then The Runner, which is written by Christopher Morris, directed by Daniel Brooks. And it's a human cargo production. And that'll be in our warehouse from March 31st to April 16th, 2022. And we're really excited to bring you all these wonderful shows.
What an amazing lineup.
Yes.
Knock on wood, hopefully we'll have live audiences.
Yeah.
You've been fortunate to work on some online offerings. So, I don't want you to compare, but what excites you about, going back to live audiences?
Oh my goodness. Well, as an audience member, I'm just very excited to be able to sit and watch and hear people laugh and gasp and just to be in it. I can't wait. And as a theater creator, it's always a transformative time to work with designers and artists and like the lovely staff at RMTC. And so, yeah, I'm really looking forward to just like digging into the work and sharing ideas and yeah, all of it.
Excellent, excellent. And you mentioned Calpurnia, a
Yes.
play that you wrote. Can you tell us about how the play came about, the process of writing the play, workshopping it, where you started the show and where it's going?
Yes, well, I started writing that play like I think probably maybe 6 years ago, and I was inspired by my experience playing maids in plays, and To Kill a Mockingbird, the like famed and beloved novel. And so Calpurnia is sort of like a modern take on it with a satirical comic twist. And I workshopped it with Obsidian, Nightwood Theatre, even with the NAC, it's going through a whole new dramaturgical process with, wonderful actors and Sarah Garten Stanley, our director. And yeah, I'm really excited to be able to bring it to audiences in Winnipeg and in Ottawa too.
Yeah, we were excited to hear about it a season and a bit ago. So it's due time. It's amazing to have a Black Winnipeg playwright have more work done here. So I'm excited for it too.
Thanks, Ray.
Awesome. And we talked about you working on online theater, and we worked on a show called The Mountaintop. And very briefly, I remember you talking about it being a call to action.
Yes.
Play being a call to action. Can you just delve into the call to action of that play?
Well, Ray, I cannot even start talking about The Mountaintop without talking about your wonderful performance in it. And I was really thankful to be able to, spend time working with you and Sharissa. I feel like the two of you just brought so much talent and depth and skill. And, the call to action for that piece, I think, was about listening with empathy and depth, listening to the folks around you, even, taking a really good, deep listen to yourself and the obstacles and biases that you can face in today's world. But it also was about advocacy and allyship, whether that is, through action or through taking a step back and, letting those who have a particular point of view, those who in some cases know the experience best, like letting them, take the steps that they need. Those would be my calls to action about Mountaintop.
Excellent. It was a pleasure working on that show. And me being a segue artist, I'm going to go call to action to what we're doing right now at winnipegfringe.com. Make sure you're leaving some comments, leaving some emojis. Let us know you're here. Don't forget when you're posting about this show to use the hashtag WPGFringe. We have a ton of exciting content coming up this week, so make sure you're checking at winnipegfringe.com for the lineup there. And also, don't forget our kids' content we had this afternoon. I was watching that this afternoon, Audrey, and there was a story about a snake and a frog. And the frog teaching how the snake had to move, and the snake teaching how the frog had to move, and the frog was like hop, slither, hop, and the snake was like slither, hop, slither. And I was totally into it. And yeah, I'm still a kid at heart. So definitely check out the kids' content in the afternoon. And don't forget the purchase of 50/50 tickets, the draw that we currently have. The pot is up to $6,400. So the winner of that gets half. So you can make $3 into $3,000 plus, and who knows how much that pot's going to be till the end of the month. So definitely check out the 50/50. Check out the content that we have for both the kids and our regular lineup here later on. And don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, to subscribe to our channel. We are 75 people away from being able to offer auto-generated captions on live stream, which is very, very important that we're inclusive and and available for everyone to enjoy. And we're already have that on Facebook. So we'd love to offer that in both platforms. So I'm going to stop talking for a bit. Audrey, you want to tell us what we got going on tonight on day 2?
Yes, day 2's lineup includes Theater Kef, a poetry slam, Peter Zedlecker, Diane Barnes, Hunks, the J.D. Edwards Band, who will be performing live at the BMO Digital Studio. But up first, please enjoy a performance from Bossy Flyer from Long Beach, California.
Picture a wave in the ocean. You can see it, measure it, its height, the way the sunlight refracts when it passes through, and it's there, and you can see it, you know what it is, it's a wave. And then it crashes on the shore, and it's gone. But the water is still there. The wave was just a different way for the water to be for a little while. And that's one conception of death for a Buddhist. The wave returns to the ocean, where it came from, and where it's supposed to be.
Wow, that was amazing. Amazing. Put some clap emojis in that chat there. Bossy Flyer, my apologies, from Long Beach, California. Beautiful performance. I've had the pleasure of seeing them a couple times in Winnipeg, and they are a Winnipeg favorite. Even working at the outdoor site, you'll see them promoting their show, and they're on each other's shoulders and doing this. They're an amazing group, and that was amazing. You think you can handle those silks there, Audrey?
You know what? I tried it one time and I never tried again. It is so hard. It's so hard.
I can't even imagine the strength.
I don't have upper body strength.
Core, no.
Oh, zero. None of those things.
But I'll watch.
What I really loved about what Bossy Flyer showed us was just like the inside of that. Like how it all works. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, definitely. Before we move on, just a reminder or a shout out that Winnipeg Fringe is proudly sponsored by Manitoba Liquor Marts, and let's have a couple words from them. All right, Liquor Marts has been a long time sponsor with the Winnipeg Fringe, and of course they're here with us again this year, and they have an amazing prize package to offer us. You have a cooler right here with a $100 gift card, and I love these here. You have these, like, you see these rainbow colored things? This is like post-pandemic. You got to make sure whose cup is whose cup or whose bottle is whose bottle. So you got to know your color. So I love this idea right here. And another part of this is the Adirondack chairs. You get 2 of them, and I don't know if y'all can see this.
Oh,
Look at this. What Adirondack chairs? It folds. Are you crazy? You know, usually you have these things and you got to leave them outside because you can't move them and they get all, but look, you can fold it and you can bring it inside, and hopefully I can put this back the way it was. There we go. But yeah, amazing prize pack from Liquor Mart. So you can win that. Am I back in frame? You can use the hashtag #PlayOnFeetUp in the comments section. Make sure you fill that up, and you can do that every night of our online fridge experience. And yeah, make sure you're this and keep on hashtagging, and you can win this amazing prize with the folding Adirondack chair. I'm actually pretty tired from folding it and unfolding it. So Audrey, you want to take over for a bit?
yeah, I will. I saw what you did there, and I think you should just rest.
Last time, sit back.
Yeah, sit back, relax, Ray, enjoy that chair. Up next, we have Theater Kef from Sweden. This show just won the grand prize at the Reykjavik Fringe.
he lifts his arms and the music starts. You gotta count the rests. Recognize it? No? Well, while we're playing this beautiful solo, violins are backing us up with this funny melody. When the initial euphoria wore off and I got settled a bit, during the rest, and we have lots of them, I started to pay attention at what was going on around me. Some of my more experienced colleagues were solving Sudoku. Some were reading magazines, right on the music stands. When you watch it from the audience, you don't see it because of the music stand. But from the behind, totally different view. Some were even listening to football games through the earphone. But it's very hard to blame these brilliant musicians. Some of them have been sitting on the same chair for like 30, 35 years. And they for sure played Carmen 5,367 times. But what was really amazing, that 20% of the audience is already asleep. Mostly gentlemen. Ladies usually fall to sleep to the third act.
Give it up for Theater Kef from Sweden. Amazing. Did you take band in school, Audrey?
I played the recorder, so in a way, yes, I did.
Yeah. That's recorders. I love the recorder.
It's way more complicated than people might think.
I believe you. I took the trumpet in grade 9. I really thought the trombone was cooler because you get the slide and everything. But
Yes.
I was like, there's no way I'm carrying that thing on the bus. Never mind on a daily basis. So I took the trumpet, that small little box like this, and that was easier.
That's so cool, Ray. I want to hear you play the trumpet.
Oh, I was not good at that either.
Oh, no.
It was easy to carry. I was not committed to it. But speaking of committed, people have committed to that Liquor Mart prize package. So we're going to give a mini package away. There's a $25 gift card. There's like a wine stopper in a nice, look at that, custom box.
Nice.
Shoo. So what you can do for that is Zoe is going to randomly choose one of our viewers. So make sure you're viewing. Are we good to go, Zoe? Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Oh, my goodness. Who's it going to be?
Oh, this is an anticipation. No, it is Shelley Grundy. That is awesome. Wow. That was exciting. That was the most exciting thing of the day for me. But here you go. This is your Liquor Mart prize package. Congratulations. Thanks for being here with us. And now we're going to go to the Poetry Slam, something I've been looking forward to since I heard that we're having a Poetry Slam. So we have 6 performers tonight, and each has written their own original piece. Each piece will be 2 to 3 minutes. And after each one, you will get 30 seconds to submit your score. So this is your call to action. There will be a poll everywhere link that will appear in the chat, and you can submit a score out of 10. The polls are time sensitive, so make sure you're in there. We'll give you 30 seconds to vote. And at the end of everyone's performance, we will reveal the overall scores for each performer. And the folks with the 2 highest scores will move on to the live finale on July 17th, where they will perform the piece again and will have a chance to win a cash prize of up to $500. So let's do a practice round with the poll. And today our practice question is, and we talked about this earlier, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to return to live theater? So the poll should be in the chat, and your time starts now. And we're back. Oh, wicked tunes and wicked pictures. Reminds me of the good times out in Old Market Square that hopefully we'll be coming back to very soon. So hopefully y'all were comfortable with that scoring system. And I believe we're ready to go with our amazing poets. And we will be averaging out the score and revealing the results at the end. So up first, we have Simon Mirren from Winnipeg, Manitoba.
I'd like to touch you, if you're cool with that. I'd like to let my hand linger close to yours and just wait. See what happens. Allow the gravitational pull between them to grow stronger and stronger and draw them closer and closer as the space between them folds onto itself and we make contact. Gently touching with anticipation of what it might mean, a delicate flirtation of unknown duration, unseen, too fragile for the light, yet hiding in plain sight, a decadent delight of colorful pictures and far-off fantasies. I'd like to hold your hand, if you're cool with that. Maybe swing that shit, just for a bit, then interlace our fingers. Rest in the indentation of your knuckles. Lock into place like a buckle. Feel the clasp of your grip, a five-fold embrace flawlessly fitting in my fist, freely fabricating fits of fancy, forcing feverish frivolity. Playfully perusing your fingerprints, reading the roadmap of each remarkable ridge. Patiently priming our pleasantries with purpose, paddling palms and pinching fingers. I'd like to hold you in my arms, if you're cool with that. Wrap myself in your embrace. Sing through syncopated sighs at a steady pace. Feel the expansion of your breath between my arms. Slowly slip and slide my hands seamlessly down and around you. Press you up against me. Feel the indentation of your body. Crush us both just a little. And shape us into a new form. A form without boundaries or borders befuddling us both. Blind to banal beliefs, bravely beguiling bureaucratic blasphemy, and all believers of binary bifurcation. Balanced. Beautiful. Slowly wrapping our intermingling limbs together as we turn into swirls of sweet circumstance. Melting in the heat, rocking legs and waltzing feet, circling and spiraling until our borders blend. We transcend and shape a new world. A world where we are wrapped in each other, losing all shape and substance, lying in liquid luxury, in a state of stirring stillness as we steam serendipitously, rising rapidly, molecules intermingling, manifesting, mollifying masses, marvelously mounting miles of majesty, immersed in our senses, unpursed of our defenses, wrapped up in each other, both child and mother, beings interbeing, interchanging shape and mass, a cloud of colliding communication, coolly coalescing contour and curvature, calmly commingling, cleverly incorporating, climbing cozily while connecting, intersecting at every avenue, vacillating vapors, voluminous and vulnerable. This vivid venture, validating our viable variant, adding value, verifying what we already know. I'd like to be with you, if you're cool with that. Thank you.
All right, look for the poll everywhere link in the chat, and your 30 seconds begins now. All right, next up we have Leah Borchert.
Thanks, Ray. Hi, everyone. I'm really happy to be here as part of the Virtual Fringe. I'm going to be doing a piece today about my Opa. So for anyone who doesn't know, Opa is German for grandfather. So my Opa is 93, and he likes to collect the garbage. I guess that at that age, you've got to find something to do. And one day recently, when I went to his house to visit, he handed me this globe, and he said, "I pulled this out for you." I didn't really need a globe, but he seemed so proud of it. I figured, what the heck? So I said, "Yeah, Opa, okay." And now his health is failing. He's developing dementia. But I still have this globe, and I look at it every day. And when I gaze upon the globe, there's one thing that fills my mind as I think about the life my Opa's lived, and then I find, though now he rarely speaks for long, an effect of getting old, my mind drifts to all the stories that I'm grateful to have been told. In a village in Lithuania, in the middle of the night, I was born, a healthy son, my family's delight. My Opa taught me Russian, learning just 10 words each day. I didn't know it yet, but it would save my life one day. I went to school for just 5 years, because in the middle of grade 6, the war began. We got stirred up. My life became a mix of moving around from place to place, from Vilnius to Berlin. They said they'd kill all foreigners. The dangerous times begin. We got sent back to Lithuania, to a bunker on a farm. The Russian army claimed our land, but didn't yet cause us harm. The soldiers were just boys, only a few years more than me. We spoke in Russian, learning more than words like horse or tree. Then at 13, the army came. They pulled me from my farm, forced me at gunpoint to join their squad. I can't fight men who are armed. At 16, I was shipped off to the eastern side to fight, only a boy on the front lines. I thought I'd die from fright. Only 3 weeks in the trenches, I got shot in the leg. They almost had to amputate, I almost had to beg, but I recovered and quickly was sent out to fight again. In France and then in Hungary, we weren't yet even men. On Sundays, local farmers welcomed us through their door. They fed us well, they gave us wine I'd never drunk before. I turned 17 in the trenches. We were fighting for our lives. We were losing, we're retreating, we are barely staying alive. Winter was now setting in, the nights were getting cold. I had scouting duty in the trench. I was feeling kind of bold. I heard a soldier not too far away. An enemy was near. I called to him using his words, speaking Russian and feeling fear. At last, the boy responded. He was just a kid like me. I spoke with him. I gained his trust. He learned I was friendly. We started trading what we had. He had vodka. I had smokes. I didn't want to kill him. We laughed at each other's jokes. Not too many months after, I was captured. I was brave until they handed me a shovel, told me to start digging my grave. So this is it, I thought. I'm 17 and about to die. Then 2 more soldiers walked on by. They looked me in the eye. They laughed at me in Russian. They said, "Look at this poor fool. He's digging his grave. He doesn't know the fates to him are cruel." I shocked them when I replied in Russian, said, "I know I'm just a kid, but what would you do if someone aimed a gun at you and said, 'dig'?" They couldn't believe it. Russian words from a German kid like me. So taken aback, they spoke to my captors, convinced them to set me free. The only reason I'm alive, a deed I never can repay, is that my Opa on the farm taught me 10 Russian words a day. So, my Opa survived the fights after he managed to flee. The Red Cross sent him to Canada as a wartime refugee. He got married, had 4 kids, and his life here began to thrive. And his youngest was a boy, my dad, the reason I'm alive. Now, his dementia is getting worse each day, and I visit him often. But it's harder every time listening to his storytelling soften. I know he won't be here much longer, and it might be hard to cope with the loss, but no matter what, I'm glad I've got this globe. Thank you.
All right, now it's time for you to send in your scores. Look for the poll everywhere chat link in the chat, and your 30 seconds begins now. next up from Kiss the Giraffe Productions, we have Heather Medill.
Mental alphagetti. A, all right. B, been better, been worse. C, can't complain. Do you really want to know? Excellent. Fine, and you? Good, great. Hunky damn dory. I just keep looping. My thoughts, not regrouping, only spinning. Please, I'm begging them. Stop. Quiet. Be quiet. Rest is elusive. Sleep only with abusive truth. Sleep is a fiction underneath an addiction. I want super tired woman seeks medical doctor willing to hook me up to anything that will reset this scrambled, tangled mess of broken record thoughts. I sought help, desperate for a shot. CBT, IPT, DBT, ECT, RMTS, gibberish, yes. Letters spelling out diagnoses and treatments, and these are the letters that spread, tilting windmills at the dark ceiling overhead. Letters that spell so many things. CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. DBT, dialectical behavioral therapy. IPT, interpersonal psychotherapy. ECT, electroconvulsive therapy. RMTS, repetitive transcranial magnetic stimulation. One big bag of bananagrams. I pour the tiles on the table, flipping through my pile. I'm able to find some sense, shuffling thoughts into crosswords. Peel, therapy. Use the T. Peel, transcranial. Use the S. Stimulation. Peel, use the I. Interpersonal. Use the P. Psychotherapy. The treatment of mind. Use the Y. Why? Why me? Why anyone? No reason why. This crossword of letters combined won't define my health, won't define my mind. I am more than these lettered tiles tell. These do not spell out who I am. All right? Been better, been worse. Can't complain.
All right, y'all, it's your turn to vote, and you have 30 seconds. Next up, we have Jordan Phillips from Sheep on a Mission.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jordan Phillips, and this is a piece called 3D. We all start off as a one-dimensional image, a line of scrimmage drawn across the plane of life and death, and until eternity is finished across this line of scrimmage, these two colossal powers play a game with every breath. On one side stands life, a pencil-wielding artist capable of such beauty you'd be crazy not to chase her. On the other side stands death, that great destructive villain brandishing nothing more than an eraser. But thanks to life, one line turned into two, then two lines turned into four, then with stick figure legs I picked myself up off the floor and walked boldly forward into life. My glasses and my heart were big. My barriers and walls were small. And whether because their aim was true or they simply landed a lucky blow, death erased my stick figure heart. But they must have had an old eraser, the kind that always leaves smudges behind, because although I now felt dead inside, that smudge of a heart kept trying. Then life made an interception. A stranger who could have been a friend with her own dying breath reached in and scratched a new heart. Life did not delay. Pencil may not have been enough to make sure that I would stay, so she recruited others and brought out all her tricks. Paints, oils, gesso, brushes, palettes, trowels, picks. My arms were painted thicker, but then the paint began to crack under the weight of my sheer lack of confidence. But no matter how black and blue the bruises get, I can never go back to before I met you. All of you. Every brush stroke, every color, every skin cell bears a name. If we've had a conversation, if we've ever played a game, if we've even shared a glance, I promise you, this frail frame bears your name. But I've heard it said that as soon as you stop growing, you start dying. And that makes sense to me because when I'm lying in my bed at night, I feel like I'm dying. Like there's a gash in my head that my memories of you are continually bleeding out through. So I frantically try to catch my feeling of connection. I try to shove it back inside and apply direct pressure to the wound. But as I lie there with both hands pressed firmly against my temples, all the love you've shown me comes leaking out my eyes and then it's gone. I'm empty. I'm alone. And some part of my smudged heart's convinced that's all it's ever known. My lines are still crooked. My skin is still cracked. But you know what? I won't let that diminish the fact that in spite of the dissension and the best of death's intentions, I stand before you now, a man complete in 3 dimensions.
All right, the link to vote is in the chat, and your 30 seconds begin now. And next we got Andrew Wade from Spired Theater.
Hello. Thanks everyone for coming out. Andrew Wade, my show William vs. the World, you can see digitally as part of Winnipeg Fringe. And for this poem, I feel like it's important for everyone to sometimes take a moment to look in the mirror and really evaluate things. So that's where I got this poem from. Lone black mustache hair. Why do you exist? The others are all blonde, so why do you persist? Is it you're an albino? But the opposite, I suppose. Sticking out from birth, a wolf in sheep and rose. Or perhaps you were a nose hair, now migrated so low, who thought you liked it better in some sunny place to grow. Or maybe you're an eyelash, in a cozy summer home. But why make such a trip to be down there on your own? Did you lack a lash to follow you? No partner for your journey? Or perhaps you're a curmudgeon who would rather travel lonely. Or maybe you're a convict, now banished from the eye. Your sentence drowned by a runny nose when winter passes by. Or are you a long-term tourist, voyaging up and down, searching every crevice, each pore from foot to frown, from the hobbit hairy toe to the edge where I am bald, wherever hairs may grow, yet here is where you've stalled. What sights you must recall, you perambulating pilgrim, but why with such adventure would you settle on my philtrum? Your life is super silly. Did you descend from the supercilium? In search of an idyllic home, a paradise, an Elysium? Are you fine with being the only hair that is the color that you are? Do you feel any resentment? Do you feel bizarre? You may not stick out forever. And I'm not referring to shaving, for I enjoy you, little bristle, and I think you are worth saving. But you may all soon be white, as the hairs may on my head, assuming those hairs keep and do not fall out instead. But can you imagine a future where you might bleach yourself also? Or will you choose to stick it out? Or will you just go? I have sometimes thought of plucking you. You do seem out of place, as though you don't belong in that position on my face. But, well, it's good to have reminders that nature loves variety. So there you may reside and not give me anxiety. Lone black mustache hair. Yes, you may remain. In truth, you are worthy of poetry. And I'm only so vain. Thank you.
All right, time to vote. The link is in the chat, and your 30 seconds starts now. All right, and to finish off tonight's Poetry Slam is Steve Locke.
Countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Work a lather. Sigh through happy birthday twice. Glance at a reflection you've been avoiding. Recognize the sober eyes set in sickly blue sockets, the gray, weary expression. All at once resurface from the Cure discography binge and enter the Morrissey Smiths phase of this fugue state. Guess the time, 7:30 in the darkness. Yesterday was Wednesday? The day before was December 2019. Reckon with the consequences of hoarding resignation. Shrink from responsibility for this uninhabited existence. All dressed down with nowhere to go. Yellow toe talons scraping holes into Howard Hughes' shoebox slippers. Ragged Ben Affleck depression beard begging for a Snyder cut. Stained shirt, shabby gitch. Booze, cannabis, and skip the dishes exclusive diet. Sad Thor sagging Lebowski beer belly. Ex-girlfriend replying, buddy, get yourself together and stop texting me. Joe Exotic levels of desperate, smoldering dumpster fire of a psyche that won't dare be touched without a tissue, glove, or 6-foot pole. Countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Say meh like you mean it. Sanitize the keyboard, screen, trackpad. Mute the mic, stop video. Cower from the lagging frames of intangible faces. Click, leave the meeting before they see you. A human locked down, a newborn's raw nerve exposed to the hostile world, an over self-medicated convalescent stumbling back towards the womb. Count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wake up to the glare of summer somehow, all of a sudden. Wake up to feed the cat, take meds and a piss, and that will be all for today. Sneeze and hope it's just allergies. Hear a man hawk a loogie on the street and check the case numbers. Hyperventilate, thinking about when things go back to normal and paychecks will be worth less than CERB. Set your watch to the palpitations and mask up for a liquor store run to keep the status quo as numb. Try not to flinch at passing strangers. Resent anyone approaching, even from a distance. Drink alone. to decompress and fade into a Netflix binge to distract from the doom scroll projected on the walls of your skull. Count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Scream into a pillow, scare the sheep. Thrash in bed like a brick tossed in a dryer. At 3 a.m., yoga and push-ups, squats and crunches. Revel in the soreness and suck in your gut. Flex in the mirror and tell yourself, that felt good to do enough to do again. Write in your journal, anxiety needs movement. Write down what you must do to stay healthy. Write a reminder to keep doing them all the time. Always. Call out to a friend. Send that text like a poetry journal submission with the courage to admit that you need a win. Be honest. Their misery will love the company. Name this affliction grief and show up for your life even if this is all there is. Conquer the suffocating dread in 5-second increments. Draw breath in to unclench the fist in your chest. Take the crisis moment by moment until you can hold a charming idea of the world in your heart again. Count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open the windows to air the place out and let the sirens in. Thank you.
All right, folks, time to vote, and your 30 seconds begins now. All right, we are going to tally up all the scores and announce tonight's 2 performers who will be advancing to the finale. But while we're doing that math, I'm going to invite Audrey back. Is Audrey there?
I'm here, Ray.
How's it going?
It's going really well.
Good, good. I got some sound check going on behind me. Can you hear any of that?
Yes, I can. Sounds
Loud
good.
and clear. It's a J.D. Edwards band. They're getting ready. I'm getting excited.
Awesome.
We're going to play a little This Is Your Life. Remember that, like, back in the day on Sesame Street, and they played This Is Your Life, and it was all funny and stuff?
Yes.
So, this is a theater festival. So how did you get involved in theater? Where is it taking you? And, we're so happy that you're back in Winnipeg. How did that whole adventure begin? And now you're here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so glad to be back in my hometown. I went to Tyndall Park Elementary. I went to Stanley Knowles. I went to Sisler High School. And so, my theater fun basically came out of being part of the drama program at Sisler High. I went to University of Manitoba for a couple of years, and, I'm a Black Hole alumni member. Yes.
Represent.
Yes. And then I went to National Theatre School for a couple of years, spent some time in Toronto, worked across the country, and I'm just so happy to be back. I love it here. And the theater community has grown immensely. There's so much.
Yeah, we are growing, and it's a very exciting time to be involved in the Winnipeg theater scene.
Mm-hmm.
You're a big part of that push, yo.
Yes, and I can't wait. I can't wait for us to be able to see what everybody's been percolating and writing and creating over the past while.
Yeah, we talked about the excitement of coming back to a live audience.
Yes.
We're going to see if this tallying vote still works, and I'm sure it works. And we want to get the score of that question earlier on of how excited on a scale of 1 to 10 are you? I'm going to ask you first before we show the score. How excited on a scale of 1 to 10? And it can't be a flat score like 7. It's got to be a point something to make it exciting.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, what? Like 9.99999999.
That's solid. That's solid. Excellent. So what's the average? 8.9.
Okay.
That's a good shout out to theater and a good shout out to we miss and love live audiences. Because they're hard. You can't replicate that,
No,
as we've worked on online offerings. There's no way you can
no.
replicate the energy of having an audience in that room.
Yes. Yes, on both ends, like as being an actor and feeling that like live audience just like crackle and howl with laughter,
Yeah.
or hearing that sob from the audience. Like it's just the thing. It's just so addictive and wonderful.
Agreed. And where has the Fringe kind of lived in your theater experience? Have you been a great audience member? Have you been able to participate in any shows?
Oh my goodness.
Not just Winnipeg Fringe either, just
Yes.
Fringe.
Like Ray, I don't know if we're even close to the same age.
Yes.
Yes?
You bet.
Okay, all right.
Over that 40.
Okay. Well, am I though? Anyways.
Well, I'm giving you the mark, so you don't have to say.
I really started my career at the Winnipeg Fringe Festival, like doing improv and like doing shows, and it was awesome. Like I love the Winnipeg Fringe. It's always a party. Toronto Fringe is also wonderful. It's huge. There's so much to see. There's no way you can see everything. There's absolutely no way. Edmonton Fringe also, like there's no way you can see everything. So
yeah, and they each have their own personality, each Fringe, and it's amazing the vibe. But at the same time, you still have that core heart of the Fringe where you see performers go from city to city, showing each other love, and it's a great thing.
Yes, so cool.
So I think we have the scores now, and our top 2 finalists are Jordan Phillips and Heather Meadow. Shout out. Amazing job, everyone. I'm such a fan of poetry and words, and you guys did an amazing job. So give them a clap out in the comments section. All y'all need to smash that like or love button. Like, it's disproportionately low to how many people y'all are watching. All you need to do is just hit that like button. It'll help us out. It'll help us get some viewers. Great performance, everyone, from Murray Hunter. Thank you, Murray. Get interactive. Yeah, smash that like button. We'd appreciate that very much. And what do we got going on next, Audrey?
Well, we have a performance from Peter Zedlecker from Calgary, Alberta.
I go into war zones to tell jokes to the troops. And in turn, I boost morale. This is what they tell me. You're going to boost their morale. Big word. Morale. What is it? Well, the online dictionary says that it's a widely distributed fungus, which has a brown oval body with a honeycomb surface bearing its spores. After half an hour of researching mushrooms, I realized I was on the wrong track. I've been very blessed in my stand-up comedy career, being selected to come over and entertain the troops in war zones. I've been to 21 different countries around the world, every province, every territory, every major city, every small town in Canada, all the small bases, all the big bases, in 15 states around the United States. And when I tell people that I got to perform in Kandahar, Afghanistan, that's such a remarkable thing to say. People say, there's different reactions. Women will say to me, did you feel like you were in danger? Were you ever put in harm's way? Men will ask, did you get to see some action? Did you get to fire some guns? Did you get to ride a tank? And fellow comedians will ask me, how did you get that gig? I'm currently wearing my Tim Hortons hat from Kandahar, Afghanistan. It's my precious heirloom. So completely rare and a testament to the power of comedy. More on that later. My second trip to Kandahar, Afghanistan, they had just built the Tim Hortons. That was my first stop. I have to get a cup of Tim Hortons coffee at the Tim Hortons in Kandahar, Afghanistan. I get there. Of course, there's a lineup. Didn't matter what time of day you were there was a lineup. Because who doesn't love a hot cup of coffee when it's plus 60 degrees Celsius outside? Hey? Woo. 3 hours later, still a hot cup of coffee. I get to the front, I get to the counter, And the Tim Hortons employee says, "Welcome to Tim Hortons. Can I take your order?" And I laughed. I said, "We're in a war zone." She said, "Yeah." I said, "Is it the same as a Tim Hortons back home?" She said, "It's exactly the same." I said, "The same? Did you have the roll up the rim contest?" They did. They had the roll up the rim contest for the soldiers in Kandahar, Afghanistan. I made the joke. I said, "What kind of prizes would you give away?" He's like, "Whoa, sweet, I won bullets. I need this. I got body armor. I want a muffin." Nobody likes a muffin. So after that, went and performed the show. We set up a stage right in the middle of the desert, and us being Canadians, of course, we invited all the different nations to our show. So I was entertaining Canadians, Americans, Brits, Australians, Norwegians, the humorless Norwegians. And there was 4 American soldiers right against the stage. And they were loving the show. I was having a lot of fun with them, and I could see the Tim Hortons from where I was performing. So I said to these guys, "Do you guys even know who the real Tim Horton was?" And they were honest. They said, "No, we don't know." I said, "Tim Horton was the first king of Canada," which got a nice little laugh. But I saw the one guy go, "Oh," like he bought it. So I felt obliged as a Canadian to keep lying. Yes, King Tim Horton. It was a dark time in our Canadian history when King Tim Horton ruled. He would execute people 2 at a time on the guillotine, line them up, double. That's how that started. That was the first one. That was the first double. Keep their testicles as a souvenir. Timbits, he would call them. Keep them in a snack pack. You'll never have another Timbit. One question we always get as entertainers is, what's the difference between Canadians and Americans? When you perform in the States, is it different from performing in Canada? And it's hard to nail down, but I think this is my clearest indication of the differences between Americans and Canadians. Of course, there's a difference. Americans are blindly patriotic. We have hubris to know that we have work to do. They're outspoken. We're a little more reserved, unless it comes to hockey. But this is the clearest example I have of the difference between Canadians and Americans. We finished the show, huge, thunderous standing ovation. The soldiers went crazy. They loved it. And afterwards, we set up a meet and greet. Big, long table with all the performers on the show, myself, the comedian on the show, the band, all the musicians. We all had chairs lined up and markers ready to sign autographs and take photos. And as soon as it opened up, American soldier after American soldier after American soldier came up and getting photos and autographs and exchanging emails. They wanted to keep in touch. And this went on for 45 minutes. All Americans. Couldn't figure out, where's the Canadians? Finally, I asked, "Where's the Canadian soldiers? We're here for them." And this is a direct quote. "Oh, they thought you'd be tired." They didn't want to bother us as performers after the show, thinking, "Oh, you know what? They're probably tuckered out after the show. You know, it's been a long day. It's pretty hot out. You know, they want to." That's the difference between Canadians and Americans. Americans were brash enough to know that, hey, this is exciting. I want to get an autograph and meet these guys. And Canadians are like, no, you take a break. You know, take it easy, guys. You know. So post-show, the next day, I'm doing my real job. The most important part of my job is meeting the soldiers. We spent the afternoon meeting the soldiers, seeing what they do, touring their facilities, giving them another set of ears to tell their story. I think it's the most important part of entertaining the troops overseas. So we're touring around, and I'm doing my best to get some laughs and entertain the guys. And I get wind that there's a contest. A contest to get one of these hats. Now, a little backstory on this hat. This hat is only worn by employees of Tim Hortons in Kandahar, Afghanistan. These are special. These are so rare. Only employees of the Tim Hortons in Kandahar, Afghanistan get one of these hats. Now, they have a contest to win one of these hats. I'm in. Okay, so find out, it's a lottery. It's a charity fundraiser for an organization that I support as much as I can, called Soldier On. Now, Soldier On, I implore you to check it out. They help out injured soldiers after they come back, above and beyond what our federal government does, including helping out their families. So Soldier On is a brilliant organization that I support wholeheartedly. So I got wind that this contest is supporting Soldier On. I'm like, I'm in. I dropped $60 in tickets. Give me $60 of tickets. I want to win this hat. Fill it all out, great. Then find out, hey, when is the contest being drawn? They said, next week. I'm out of town. Obviously, I'm only there for a couple of days. I said, you know what? No problem. I made a beautiful donation to Soldier On, an organization that I appreciate immensely. No problem. Go back to my barracks and crash out for the night. Okay, big day the next day. We're traveling up to Kabul. Okay, so I'm in my barracks. Barracks is a tinfoil room, basically a bed and a stool, and I hear a knock on the door. It's a knock on the door, like, who, what's happening here? Open up the door, nobody there. Nobody's there, but there's a bag. There's a bag at the front of the door. I open it up, and there's a note on it that says, take this inside, close the door. Immediately, I'm like, oh, what's happening here? Bring it inside, close the door, open it up. Letter says, I had to pull so many strings for you. Put this in your suitcase, show nobody until you get back to Canada. And I looked, and it was this hat. This hat. To this day, I don't know what soldier pulled some strings and what they had to do to get this hat for me, but I am in gratitude forever, and I cherish my hat beyond words. Now, at the beginning of the show, I mentioned that this hat is a demonstration of the power of comedy. Now, here, 3 weeks before I had arrived in Kandahar, Stephen Harper was touring Kandahar, Afghanistan, okay? He's at CAF Air Base, he's touring their facilities, he checks out the Tim Hortons, sees the hat, takes a shine to this hat, okay? After he tours, he sends one of his underlings back and says, they say to the employees, Mr. Harper would like one of the hats. And the Tim Hortons employees informed him, I'm sorry, tell Mr. Harper these hats are only for employees of the Tim Hortons in Kandahar, Afghanistan. I got a hat. You didn't, Steve. That's the power of comedy right there. The power of comedy is sometimes more powerful than the office of the Prime Minister of Canada.
And sitting around and having a couple beverages. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I was blessed this week to hang out with Aaron Allblood from Liquor Marts, and he actually showed me some Fringe-inspired cocktails. So let's take a look at that. Hey, this is Ray from the Winnipeg Fringe, and I have Aaron from Liquor Marts joining us today. Liquor Marts has always been a huge part of the Winnipeg Fringe, so we're super happy to have you here.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah, so what are we making right now?
So what we're going to do is we're going to make a traditional rum cocktail known as a grog. You may have heard that term grog colloquially just for like any type of alcohol, but interesting to know it's actually a traditional drink aboard ships. It was a way to stretch the rum so the sailors didn't drink it all before they got to port. And the citrus helped prevent scurvy. Everyone needs that vitamin C. Okay. So what we'll do is we start with a really good high quality rum like Diplomatico Mantuano. Rum traditionally is made from sugarcane molasses. It's not necessarily from one specific country, although we find it quite a bit produced in the Caribbean. This is made in Venezuela with sugarcane honey. So it's a syrup which isn't quite processed as much as molasses. It has a lighter, more floral flavor. So what I've got is a shaker full of ice. We're going to do a shaken version. You can do stirred or just mixed. And we'll start with 2 parts of lemon juice or lime juice. I did a little bit of each. I'm fancy. And then we've got our 1 ounce of Mantuano amber rum, Diplomatico. And pretty straightforward. We want to shake it to combine the ingredients, but then also the ice that's in here will chill it down. And it'll also stretch it a bit. It'll make it a little bit thinner because this isn't a drink with a lot of mix. I chose to shake this because it'll be a little lighter and easier to drink.
And does it matter if you use dark rum or light rum?
Great question. So the color in rum, light rum traditionally is produced in a way, the distillation technique has lighter flavors. It creates higher alcohol, but less flavor. So if you want to use a light rum, just know it'll be more citrus forward. You won't get as much of that rich sugar cane, that floral nature. If you use an amber or a dark rum, it'll be richer, and you may even pick up a little bit of vanilla from oak aging. But you can use any rum, really. The Diplomatico Mantuano is an amber, it's right in the middle. I also like it because it's really good for sipping. But you can, whatever rum you have. Yeah.
So say we're on like a hot day at the Fringe, would this be a drink that you want to be sipping on all day long? Would this be like end of the day kind of drink?
You could, I would say if you're looking just to kick your feet up, take a break in between shows, you could enjoy this in the hottest part of the day, it'd be very good. Being sweet and sour, because rum's that sugar cane, sour being the citrus, you can pair it with a variety of foods. Maybe you're walking around in the exchange, getting something spicy from a local place like the King's Head, or just kicking back on a patio, enjoying a drink without food. It's good for all of that.
Or like India Palace. Like
India Palace. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna strain this now that we've shaken it. There we go. Voila. Can be served with ice or enjoy it as it is.
Should I enjoy it as it is?
You can give it a try if you want.
We'll give it a try.
Yeah, absolutely. I heard your lips smack.
Yeah,
that's a good
like
sign.
A lemonade, and the alcohol isn't too strong.
Perfect.
It's great.
Nice. Awesome.
All right, that was a good time. That was a good day.
I bet it was a good day. That drink looked delicious.
It was, and he's totally right. I could totally picture myself out there at the Liquor Mart patio with my feet up, watching a band, maybe watching the J.D. Edwards band, who we have later on this evening, and enjoying that rum cocktail. I already forget what it's called, but it was delicious.
Throw a lemon and a lime in some water, add some alcohol, shake it. I'll drink it. I'll drink that.
That's a winner. That's a winner. I have a soft spot for rum, though. Oh my goodness, the cream's coming out of me. Anyway,
I could tell. I could tell by your deep sip. It was a deep sip.
Thank you. And talk about feet up. Don't forget to use the hashtag #PlayOnFeetUp so you have a chance to win this amazing prize package. Sorry, I put that away already. The cooler, the $100 gift card, those crazy multicolored rings so people don't share bottles and cups anymore, and these folding chairs that I will not try and fold again. They're a lot easier for anyone else, but me, I've been sitting around in COVID, and it's any which way. Who do we have coming up next, Audrey?
Next is Diane Barnes from San Rafael, California.
Onibo, come look. I have things. Yes. Oh, yes, Onibo. What you want? Everything. I got. In Nigeria, I never hear the street vendors. Come look. Look is free. Price never comes up. Because in Nigeria, I have privilege. Spelled out in the word Onibo. White lady. Onibo elevates me. Implies price is no object. The game is just to get me looking. My hair's braided. I'm wearing African dress. But my skin, and likely my Bruno Magli sandals, give me away. Her hand-woven blanket is festooned with a hide and fur menagerie. Zebras, warthogs, rhinos, all about the size of stiff miniatures. Could look exotic back on my bookshelf in New Haven. Yes, take giraffe. Yeah, giraffe, strong, long neck, like beautiful woman. Yes, no, giraffe live in family. Take baby too. Ah, good. And now you need granny. Just like Africa, women, they strong, they hold a family together. Yes, good. And now you need a male too. Oh, no, Onibo, not two. Just one. More wives, okay, but men, no. Too much fighting, too much trouble, Onibo. Ah, good. How about lion? Hippo? Okay, no, just giraffe family. Okay, where are you from? United States. Ah, United States. President Nixon. You like your President Nixon? Well, no, I don't. A lot of us don't. I didn't vote for him. What? Ooh, you say that out loud. But he is your president. Big landslide, biggest ever. Yeah, well, we black people didn't vote for him. You black people? Oh, honey, bro, you're funny. You white. No, not in America. In America, I'm black. Don't try to fool me. I'm black. She's black. They all black. But you, white. Well, it's okay, white lady. I like white people. I like you. I don't like your President Nixon. But I like you, Onibo. You have money. You spend money. Is good. Okay. Onibo who want to be black. I give you special price and you take home African family. Okay? Oh, and maybe you like zebra too? Belly white. Stripe of black. Black on white. You like that, Onibo? I took home one zebra too. My Roots trip, 3 years before the miniseries, inspired by required clinical rotation after the first year of medical school. Outside the US, much more hands-on experience. A professor had a connection at Lagos Island Maternity Hospital, 13,000 births a year. So guaranteed deliveries for me, including that summer, 3 sets of twins and 1 set of triplets. And besides, most of us were kidnapped and sold from West Africa. It would be more than 40 years before I learned that indeed, fully half my African ancestry is Nigerian. But that summer, I lived with all the privileges of white skin. I was never late to a meeting. No meeting started until I arrived. I never had to wait for a man or anyone else to repeat my words. I spoke. People listened. Other than street vendors, people greeted me with great deference. I lunched and swam at the country club daily, was invited to book signings, salons, cocktail parties, well-educated and exotic. I was a trophy. Evidently, so were my shoes. At her request, I left them with the head nurse, along with 2 outfits requested by the next 2 in line. Oh, good morning, Dr. Kuti. Dr. Barnes. The downside of privilege in an otherwise all-black institution. Good morning, Nurse Oni. Where shall we start this morning? East Wing, very full. How many new admissions? 25. 8 fetal demise. 3 we're inducing now. 3 ruptured uterus. Arm out, leg out. All those ignorant village people. Worst one walk, 3 days. Baby way dead long before she even leave. They're on the OR schedule. 4 retained placentas. The registrars are working on those now. And 12 septic. And how much penicillin today? Enough for 7. Any other antibiotics? Not today. We checked the port. Shipment cleared customs. Nothing left. Now, my attending likely knew that. No matter who ordered the meds or paid the invoices, private clinics skimmed from the top, leaving little for the large public hospital. And every doctor in the hospital also ran a private clinic. Never mind. Most of them are from upriver. There are too many of them anyhow. Rounds begin in a huge partitionless room, metal beds 3 feet apart. The mothers of dead babies wing. Sad, bright yellow eyes peer from below most sheets, jaundiced. Hepatitis, malaria, overwhelming infection. Other eyes are so white, even though many are anemic from chronic malnutrition. These had to have hemorrhaged. I've never before seen anyone alive with a hemoglobin below 6, 12 to 15 being normal, but they're here in droves, temperatures spiking, belly swollen tender, faces pained, desperate, resigned. Quick glance at the chart, press the belly, then next. Doctor, you must help me. Save my uterus. If you take it, I cannot go back to my village. I will die. My husband will throw me out. Even if he doesn't want to, his mother will make him. I have to give baby. Doctor, please, save my uterus. But you're not Yoruba. You're from upriver, Hausa. Yes, doctor, but please, my husband can only afford one wife. Help, save my uterus. I have to give baby. Dr. Barnes, notice her lips, her nose. Not one of us. And now, in Nigeria, people stay on their land. They can trace their families back hundreds, if not thousands of years. So with rivers and mountains, natural barriers, very distinct tribes arose. Nigeria has over 250. And though the differences are not as great as, say, between Pygmies and Nubians, the major tribes, Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani, and Ibu, all look different, with different languages and customs. Everyone, except me, can peg every patient's tribe and origin. There's not enough to share with her kind. See how yellow and tender? Ruptured uterus. We should take it out, but no, she wants to keep it. Okay, so we sew it up. Come, shall we see who gets the antibiotics today? Now, I understand scarce resources, triage, tough calls on priority allocations. We don't like to call it rationing, but that is what it becomes. Like COVID ICU choices. 1 ventilator. 40-year-old parent of school-aged children, or 70-year-old admitted from a nursing home. 38-year-old paraplegic, or 60-year-old previously in good health. 1. But we have ethics committees to help us make those decisions. And our shortage of ventilators isn't because they fall off the truck. Of course, some of those choices we have baked right into our healthcare system. Look at the different COVID death rates in New York City, the overwhelmed public hospital versus the private. And in all decisions, there's an element of bias, implicit or explicit. In the United States, 13% of the population is Black. Only 5% of doctors are. Yet, studies show white doctors give less pain medication less often to Black patients, believing either we don't feel pain or we are malingering to get drugs. Black patients presenting with signs of heart attack, stroke, overwhelming infection, less likely to be admitted, get timely access to care or interventions, or appropriately tailored interventions. Black women, 3 to 4 times more likely to die in pregnancy and childbirth, regardless of socioeconomic status or education. Even our royalty. Take Serena. History of embolus, which is clots in the lung, a cause of sudden death. The day after her daughter is born, she's acutely short of breath. She asks for a CT scan and blood thinners. Her nurse insists the pain medication has her confused. Maybe Serena got an adequate dose. Her doctor agrees to do an ultrasound of her legs. Now, it is true that many of the clots in the lung migrate from the legs. But if you're presenting with shortness of breath, they're already in your lungs. Leg ultrasound, negative. Precious time wasted. Yet she persisted. The CT scan shows blood clots in her lungs, and finally, Serena gets what she asked for, the blood thinner, the heparin. To our Lagos hospital, only the lucky arrive by car, taxi, or motorcycle. Most walk, some for days, and some too weak to walk bump along unpaved roads in wheelbarrows, pushed by heartbroken, no longer fathers-to-be. Many a time I pass our waiting area to see a squatting woman delivering her own baby, 12 others laboring silently in the same little tent. That Hausa lady, we repair her uterus. 10 days later, fever abated, no antibiotics. She leaves, walking upriver, empty-armed and alone. Her dead baby so decomposed, it was discarded with the medical waste. My ears never learned the nuances of the panoply of Nigerian languages, nor did I learn to speak any. But in 12 weeks, gradually, I learned the differences in earlobes, noses, lips, color, dress, accents that separated the tribes, along with the cultures, customs, and stories and arts of each. My host was a Yoruba, a tribe overrepresented in elites due to early conversion to Christianity and education in mission schools, historically famed for terracotta busts. But I came to welcome the 6 a.m. call of the Fulani, traditional herders from the north, hawking fresh cheeses, and walking the riverbanks amongst the Hausa, fresh fish arrayed between traditional canoes. I prowled the markets looking for red-haired Ibus, creatives, bronze workers as early as the 9th century, famed for masks and animals, looking for a take-home prize without the middleman. I confess, I have a soft spot for the Ibu, probably because they're more visually identifiable and discriminated against, partially a legacy of preferential treatment by the British colonial government. But in the hospital, other than being sensitive to cultural differences to tailor care, what place is there for ethnic distinctions? Patients are all supplicants, waiting for whatever cure or relief we can give, each deserving our best, according to the Hippocratic Oath. I will follow my profession's ethical principles and my own dedication to virtue. I will provide care free from judgment and prejudice. Colonials exploit differences to control. Supremacists to maintain their power and status. But competent healthcare is a basic human right. Racism and tribalism have no place.
Thank you, Diane, very much. Now, before the festival, our team had a chance to go out and talk to some fabulous Fringe folks and ask them what was so special about the festival to them. And there are a couple of these videos made, and throughout the festival, you can find them on our social media, so check that out. And once in a while, we'll pop them on the show over here. So let's watch one of them now.
It's like Winnipeg's theater community's extended family.
A party that celebrates theater. And not just theater, because it's not just theater that's offered at the Fringe. A party that celebrates art.
We all get together once a year for a few weeks. We create small shows for everybody to enjoy.
There's something for everyone. If you want to come and hang out outside, enjoy some food from the food trucks, go see a play.
I would probably start out by saying that there's no experience that I've ever had that's anything that even comes close to the Fringe.
Take your oldest person, take the youngest person you know, throw in a bicycle, throw in a trampoline, and you have the Fringe.
It reaches out to perform all the performing arts, including live music, food, the culinary arts, and visual arts. I don't think I would. I think I would say, go and figure it out for yourself.
Fringe is limitless. There's something for everyone, and even a friend. You come down and there's like always new people to meet. It really actually is magical. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can be 6 or you can be 90, and you'll find something fun.
The diversity of things that you can see at the Fringe is incredible.
The energy that comes from the festival itself is it's alive.
And there's such an energy and innovation.
And it's a very economical way to get to know the theater.
Wonderful thing about the Fringe is you get to experiment. You get to try things that you wouldn't normally try in your theatrical adventures, perhaps. And sometimes they're marvelous, and sometimes they're not quite as marvelous. But regardless, it's always an adventure.
You have to go. It's a once-in-a-lifetime event, and you will never, ever forget it.
Man, that is heartwarming. They told me before, it is a little heartwarming. Yeah, it is. Because all of them are right. They're so right. And just all those faces.
Oh, so good to see everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And last year when we were doing this online, I'm like, hopefully we'll see you outside next year. So, but no. So I miss them even more now. But, knock on wood. Knock on wood. Hopefully next year. And if y'all have any Fringe memories, please share them with us. Any pictures, any videos. We have videos already of people at the outdoor site with their kids meeting performers and performing with them. So please post them, and don't forget the hashtag WPG Fringe. And speaking of Winnipeg Fringe and classic acts and Winnipeg Fringe favorites, who do we have next, Audrey?
We have some skits from local sketch comedy troupe Hunks from Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Hey, Winnipeg Fringe watchers, it's us, Hunks. I'm Tim.
I'm Dana.
I'm Matt.
I'm Rory. And together we make up the sketch group called Hunks, and we're so happy to be here performing at the Winnipeg Fringe Festival. Hang on a second. You guys want to guess what I did today?
I thought if you were magnetic, you didn't have to blow on it anymore. Wasn't that the whole deal?
That's the whole reason you got it, is make the spoon thing more efficient.
Yeah.
He just wanted to buy more magnets. Every time that we're traveling, he's a magnet. He really loves them.
I'm drawn to them. What can I say? I guess this is how you find out I'm anti-vaxxer.
Joking.
We'll have to. No, it's not happening. I got the second shot today. Quick thank you to everyone who is working and volunteering at these super sites. It is super cool.
Tim and I were both there together, and as we were walking out of the building, Tim starts clapping, doing this big slow clap. And I was like, "Stop it!" Like as if we just landed a plane.
Look at the Leela super site, right?
Oh man, you're taking such a gamble. Like they easily could think you're being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Nowadays, all the movies are about that length.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of things that are about that length, it's been a length of time that students have been in school. And
You're such a good segue.
Speaking of a stretch, this isn't the Fringe Festival that the Fringe show that we necessarily wanted to give you, but it's the one that it's the best we can do in this situation. And hopefully next year we'll be back on that stage performing live for you. And for the grads, people who are graduating, another year now where they have to do things a little bit differently. And, things might be confusing for them. They might need some answers or perhaps a map for their future. And I think we've put together a little something for you.
Yeah. We have an open letter to all the graduates of 2021 from Hunks to you. Dear grads, congratulations on satisfying all legal requirements for graduation as prescribed by your provincial or territorial authorities. You are the leaders of tomorrow, and we can't wait to see what kind of dances you make up along the way. But before we hand you the nuclear codes, here's some advice to help guide you on this journey called life. Be yourself. Identity theft is a crime in Canada, punishable by up to 10 years in federal prison, so you'll have to continue to be yourself. It sucks, I know, especially if you're a geek who's looking to break out of your old reputation. We recommend doing whatever will make people like you. Believe in nothing you hear and half of what you read. This is good advice to instill some healthy skepticism, though it's not entirely clear about how you should approach audiobooks. Remember people's names. It may seem small, but you never know who you'll have to rat out to get to the top. If you find yourself in a situation where you truly can't remember someone's name, just give them a generic nickname like Doink or Gravelface. Avoid credit card debt. Credit card companies are notorious for having predatory interest rates that will throw you into an abyss of debt that you'll never be able to climb out of. Best do like us and just send money orders to Pornhub. Aim for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. If you don't plan on becoming an astronaut, you can just ignore this advice. Treat others the way you would want to be treated. This one has always been a little counterintuitive to me because I get turned on by car accidents, but it's a cliche for a reason, I guess. Don't buy a house near a hospital. It may seem advantageous to be close to a hospital, especially if you have a knife-based hobby like me, but my 14 years younger than me landlord told me that it's bad for the property value, whatever that is. Don't get attached to things. This is pretty obvious when you think about it. Still, there's nothing worse than getting attached to something and then finding out it's about to launch. Treat the janitor the same way you treat the CEO. Look for the glint of dignity in the janitor's eye when he too gets arrested in the white-collar crime dragnet that you sparked with an anonymous tip. He'll just be happy that you remembered his name. Gravelface. There's no such thing as a self-made person. I can't believe that we have to tell you this, but when a mommy and a daddy love each other very much, they have a baby, and that's where people come from. Okay, so graduates, you stand at the beginning of an incredible journey. Never before has a generation faced such unknown challenges: global pandemics, climate change, political strife. You will all be called on to solve the world's problems unless you took applied math. With disquieted awe and no amount of jealousy, we wish you good luck. We are very interested to see how these crises will be solved with TikToks and memes.
I think that's solid advice.
Thanks.
It was double for me.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And I think they'll take it.
Yeah. I was imagining Vitamin C graduation song playing underneath it, but then I also thought, like, these people weren't born when that song came out.
Yeah, that's sad. I always hated that too.
What's their graduation song? Wet ass pussy?
It's
We'll put
the
that under there.
Wet ass pussy under the sea theme.
Isn't it always, though?
Speaking of references people under 30 who probably won't get. Rory, I understand that you've been playing a lot of video games.
It's true. It's true. Speaking of that, Rory, you live, right? And during this last fucking third lockdown, I gave into nostalgia like crazy and started playing old video games. Like, that's all I do now. Like, you remember the classics like Sonic the Hedgehog, Doom, Mario, Crash Bandicoot?
Yes.
You remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
Love those games.
Great. Classics. Again, if you're over 30, they're classics. Have you heard of this one? It's called Commander Creep. No?
Nope.
Okay. So this is just what's written on the back of the box. You are Commander Creep, a greasy, mustachioed man who looks like he could be anywhere from 23 to 48 years old. Equipped with your trusty spy camera and a heavy breathing pattern, the fate of the universe rests in your hands. You'll have to use stealth tactics to creep your way past pesky security guards and deadly law enforcement agents. Once the threats are neutralized, you must creep into men's rooms, plant micro cameras in the urinals, and accumulate the world's largest collection of hog pics. Only you are up for the challenge. Only you are Commander Creep.
Hog pics?
That sounds horrible.
I don't
It's
know
a
why.
woman?
It doesn't say.
This is from what year?
89.
89.
It was a pretty small like production company that made it. I don't think they lasted after.
How professorial, I suppose. I don't think hog picks were a thing back in 89.
Yeah, they certainly weren't like a Google search term the way they are now.
No.
But you know what? I think hog picks have always been a thing. It's
Yeah.
just that they were analog. You know?
Yeah, or
Right.
hand-drawn. Yeah. Remember the old times, when we first grew up, we had to sketch your own hog on a piece of paper by tracing it?
The first thing you accidentally mail it to your mom. all the steps that had to take.
It's not Thanksgiving yet.
You had to stand in line to get a stamp.
You remember classic.
Okay, how about this game? Do you guys remember this game?
Yeah.
It's called Gravy Simulator 2000.
Oh.
The tagline, from old-time Kentucky bacon milk to marinara, in the world of sim gravy, he who controls the sauce controls the future.
Bacon milk.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Old-time Kentucky bacon milk is definitely, if you Google types of gravy, it is one of them.
Wow. I got to try that.
Yeah. Okay, this is one that is just confusing. There's no description of what the game is. It's called Morty the Junkyard Skunk. And the description just says, eat garbage, get super rabies, and bite yuppies. And then there's a picture of a skunk holding a skateboard, and he's flipping off the camera, and there's a green cloud behind him that, I think is just skunk stink, but it kind of reads as a fart on the box.
You think skunks can fart?
I think that's their whole deal.
Do you think?
Oh,
do you think a fart
isn't a fart?
No, it's not a fart.
No, that's like
Do you think a
shart.
fart is like a nice reprieve for them?
Yeah, like a fart smells nice.
Fine,
Yeah.
Oh, did somebody fart in here? Don't open that window.
Close
It smells
that
like
window.
baked bread.
So if skunk stink isn't a fart, what is it? It's like
It's like a piss almost.
Ew.
It's like a when cats spray.
Mm-hmm. Gross.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One more game. One more game.
Okay.
This one's called Dr. Death. Do you?
Oh.
No, doesn't ring any bells.
That one sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You wake up in a secret underground lab with no recollection of who you are, but with the muscle memory of a trained killing machine. You find your file. The name means nothing to you, but according to the ID attached, you are Dr. Fraser Crane, codename Dr. Death. As you climb your way out of this seemingly unending subterranean labyrinth, your memory starts coming back to you. Or does it? You see flashes of a beautiful Brit by the name of Daphne. But was she a live-in nurse for an ailing parent? Or was she a powerful psychic who could melt men's minds with a single thought? And who was Dr. Niles Crane? Was he your erudite brother concerned with the quality of art on your walls? Or was he a sadistic Nazi scientist performing abominable human experiments? You can never be sure of what's real. You can only be sure of one thing, that you've been activated for only one reason, to kill them all. You are Fraser Crane, Dr. Death.
Yeah, I played that one, but I couldn't get out of the lobby. Yeah.
I played that one and I was really good at making the tossed salad and scrambled eggs. I excelled.
I played that one and I tried to leave the apartment with my date, but I couldn't because my other date was on the other side of the door.
Yeah. I got stuck on the level where your shirt gets caught in the carburetor and ripped off your entire body. You're left shirtless. So that's just what I've been doing.
Sweet life, man.
Those are classics.
Well,
Another very popular thing that people are doing during the pandemic, besides video games and whatnot, is adopting dogs.
Yeah, and making songs about them.
Hey, I did both those things.
What?
Guys, I did that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, you adopted a dog?
I adopted a dog, called her Peggy, and then wrote a song about her.
Oh,
guys
you
wanna
did
hear
the
it?
song thing too.
I did the song even.
I don't think
even a song.
I don't think we have time actually. No, I think.
Okay, well, just take my word for it, guys.
Yeah.
And that's it for us, everyone.
Okay, ready?
We'll play
I'm already sitting at my piano, so.
Okay.
You know what we'll do? We'll cut 5 minutes off of that great spoon bit I did on the top of the episode.
Yeah. Okay, great.
And we'll just leave like a little bit of it.
Can I cut the back end of my thing and the front end of Rory's thing out?
Yeah. That'd be great.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Can you hear it?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, you're playing very lightly.
My dog's name is Aunt Peggy, and she likes to eat shit. She likes the taste of food so bad, she wants to eat it twice. One time she ate a mouse in the snow, I was worried she'd get sick. I tried to take it away from her, but it turns out it was shit. Peggy doesn't like many things, she's afraid of everything. Like pop bottles and toasters and aluminum foil and stairs and cars in the dark and measuring tape when you touch your tail and bread now. Peggy, oh Peggy, Peggy, yeah Peggy. Peggy has a friend named Paul and they like to roam around. He taught her how to play and fetch, and she taught him to eat shit. Now Paul's not allowed to hang with her, which I don't think is fair. I asked them why they don't like my dog, and they say she's full of shit. Peggy, oh Peggy, Peggy, yeah Peggy. Peggy is a hungry girl and the yard is her buffet. There's something there for her every mood, either hard or soft or both. Sometimes when she's feeling wild, she'll eat some cat shit too. And she'll turn to you with her big brown smile and say you should try some too.
Aw, what a sweet dog.
That's all real.
Yeah.
She's afraid of bread.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the Fringe Festival for having us.
Yeah.
We have a sketch comedy album available wherever you get it, including Bandcamp, Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff. The album is called Mouth Beef, and that's the actual name, spelled as it sounds. You can also follow us online at Hunks Comedy, wherever you follow people online. Check out our LinkedIn, of course. Let's get linked in. Good night,
That's
everybody.
their slogan. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye, good night.
Love you.
Love you.
Thank you, Hunks. Thank you very much. We're getting to the end of the night, aren't we?
Unbelievable, but true.
It's kind of like a little fringe day in a couple hours. You see a couple shows, you can go to the fridge, get a snack, get a little bevy, comes back, and you finish the night with a great band. But before we get there, we're going to do one more quick giveaway. We have a Liquor Mart package with a $25 gift certificate card and a wine stopper package. And you must be able to pick it up in Winnipeg. And we want you to put your answers in the comments section here. But what's the question that we got, Audrey?
What is your favorite Fringe Festival meal or snack?
Meal or snack? That's a good question. What would your favorite meal or snack be, Audrey?
You know, I really love those little donuts.
Yes, those are classic.
Right? Tried and true.
Yeah, it's a good pick-me-up, especially the last few days. It's like I need some energy, some sugar, and a
Yes.
little bit of dough in my belly.
Yes.
So I personally like the butter chicken.
Oh,
Yeah, that's my go-to. Like,
my stomach just growled.
at least 3-4 times a festival, I got to get some butter chicken.
Oh,
It's another one of those things that keeps you going. You can have that at lunchtime, and you'll be able to go all the way through. So what do we got in the answer? Deep fried mozzarella. Yes, totally. That pizza. Samosas. Samosas is a classic for performers.
Yes.
Especially if you're doing 2 or 3 shows. You just pick them up, have a couple, do your next show, and hope for the best. Butter chicken, thank you. Pierogies, yeah, so many great
Falafel.
selections. Wings, falafel, yes, falafel pita, sandwiches. So do we have a winner? What is your favorite Finn snack? A couple more. Teresa Thompson, curry. Yes, I like myself some curry chicken as well. Good choice. So Teresa Thompson, you are the winner of our Liquor Marts package, $25 gift certificate, and the wine stopper pack, bottle opener gift set. And that's it for me tonight. Just tonight. We'll be back for the rest of the week with some more amazing Fringe entertainment. Don't forget to check it out at winnipegfringe.com. You can see our daily lineups, and you can enter the 50-50, which is over $6,000. So you get half of that turn
Yes.
$3 into 3,000, probably more. That's a pretty good deal, ain't it?
So good. Do it.
Yes, yes. And who do we got to finish the evening, Audrey? You've got amazing guests here.
Well, we are now going to throw it live inside the BMO Digital Studio here at the Tom Hendry Warehouse. The J.D. Edwards Band's eclectic songwriting style draws from a wide variety of musical experiences, honing a loud and gritty repertoire heavily influenced by country, blues, R&B, and soul. Please welcome the J.D. Edwards Band.
Those 2 plant stands at the end of the hall. Yeah, that old window gets little to no sunlight at all. I swear I'm gonna rest for now, my love. Well, those green, green walls gonna hide it all. Oh, this house it will stand. Hey! Far beyond those formidable lands, and this house it will stand a long, long, long time. Hey! Well, I'm getting behind on all of my chores. But that dust on the floor, it keeps piling up behind them doors. But I know this old ground still gonna sweep up my road. I find myself taking control. Oh, this house it will stand. Hey! Far beyond those formidable lands, and this house it will stand a long, long, long time. Oh, come on. Well, I know that there will soon come a day when that rain on that roof gonna drip down the same old way. But I know we're gonna patch it up and catch what we've lost. Yeah, we're gonna forgive a little bit. We're gonna write it all off. Oh, this house it will stand far beyond those formidable plans. Yeah, this house it will stand a long, Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. And hello, everybody at home. Happy Winnipeg Fringe Festival. This is amazing. This is so great. Wow. I mean, gosh, I wish I could see you all right now. But soon we will all be together again. This is great. We're here at the Royal MTC Warehouse Theater in downtown Winnipeg. We're here live. We're so great that you all could join us. This is like the first show we've played as a band together for like a whole long time, So this is really special for us. And it's also very special for us because we like to come and we've played many Fringe Festival and over the years here in Winnipeg, and normally it's downtown in the Cube, but here we are at the Warehouse Theater, and this is great too. We're just so thrilled and excited. Thank you for having us here. We're just going to carry on. This is a song, maybe I should quickly just...
My mom is a frequent Fringer of about 15 years, so this means a lot. 40 plays a year.
Good enough, here we go.
This next song is I Can Swim.
Well, it was late last night, talking about sailing on a clear blue sea. And it's hard to accept that I'm here right now, out in the fog, approaching the rocks. But I can swim, I can hear you say, and I'm afraid we'll jump in before we begin to ride the ship of wind. Right now, we're getting awfully close to the edge, but I can swim, I can hear you say, and I'm afraid we'll jump in before we begin to right the ship of wind. There's a cold wind coming up over the starboard side. There's a cold wind coming right over the side. Cause the boom is gonna hurt you. It's gonna send you right over all the edge. Now we're floating out here in the salt and the sun, trying to escape and burn on the skin. And you shot off all the flares and you burned all the fuel, and my hours away from home. But I can swim, I can hear you say, oh, I'm afraid we'll jump in before we begin to ride the ship of wind. There's a cold wind coming up over the starboard side. There's a cold wind coming right over the side. Get along with your head, cause the boom is gonna hurt you. It's gonna send you right over all the edge. I can swim. 444 with a different cargo, but the very same course. There wasn't a lot of sharp turn. No, never no, the shore don't flow in the end. No, you see that reef was high, tore a hole in my hole. I never thought the tide could get so low. So low, so low, so low, low, so low, so low, so low, so low, so low, Lord, I can see it, see the ripple on the water, Lord, I can feel it rip through my whole Lord. I can hear it, hear the lights in your eyes, Lord, I can feel it here, coming on, coming strong and cold. We're coming up on that starboard side. There's a cold wind coming right over the stern. Better lower your head, 'cause the foam is gonna hurt you. It's gonna send you right over all the edge. I can't do it.
Getting heated up.
Normally that's a dancer, and people are usually dancing when we do that one. Were you dancing? I hope so. I mean, if you're not, maybe this next one will do it. Because we like to do this one. This next one is called Love is the Hardest Contender. And when you think about it, it really is. Each in your own world, the love that you come across, I'm sure it ain't easy. Whatever it may be. I love thinking about my love for this band. We have been playing for years, and it's, like I said before, has been a long time since we got back up on stage, so this is really special. But I love this band a lot. This is a song that started one summer after Jake said, "Love is the hardest contender. You gotta do what you gotta do." And it goes like this. Should have gone. I should have packed up my things. Yeah, but you got your pretty eye looking at me, playing with my heartstrings. Hey, 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 you say love is the hottest contender. Oh, you got to do what you gotta do. See, love is the hottest contender. You got to do what needs to get done. Every morning I fall apart again, loving you up. Every night you keep on knocking me down with your left and your right. I keep on losing my shot. Did you fight every night? Did you fight, 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 fight? You're living in another man's boots, and know every now and then when you get that look, start lining up them bourbons down at the bar at the club. But you get up on a little stage, sing your songs, and carry on every hook. Hey, 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 love is the hottest contender. Oh, you got to do what you gotta do. Singing love is the hottest contender. You got to do what needs to get done. Thank you. Thank you very much. What a fantastic crew we got going on here. We got Randy on the lights. Well, he was on the lights. I don't know where he went, but he's somewhere, I'm sure. He was sitting there. Maybe there's a different position. I don't know. We got Tori. She's telling us what to do and how to do. And we love that. And our good friend Tim is on sound tonight. He's the one who's making us sound real pretty for you. Like, we're very grateful. And everyone else here too. I know there was a front of house crew too. And it's so nice to be here with such wonderful people. But we're gonna, this is really just a short time we have with you. But maybe we'll see each other again down the line, maybe in the flesh. But we're gonna do a song about talks about being in love for just a short moment. This song is called Love for a Minute. it. Yeah, honey, you missed it. Now it's gone, gone away. Something that just don't happen, honey. You gotta have your hands wide open to feel it. Oh, but now it's gone. Yeah, the love is gone. Honey, it's gone away. Over on the horizon, I hear you calling out my name like a beacon in the night. Even in the morning when the sun comes shining through with it, you'll be shaking out. I'll be long gone, honey. I'll be out of sight, out of state, and out of mind. Baby, I'll be gone, 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 for a minute, but I missed it. Oh Lord, I missed it. And now it's gone, gone away. Something that just don't happen, honey. You gotta have your heart wide open to feel it. But now it's gone. Love is gone. Oh honey, baby, it's gone. Long gone, gone. Out of sight. Baby, I'm gone. Yeah, all your love is gone. Baby, it's gone away. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. This next song is called "Slow Down, Mississippi River," and this is a true story. This is a story about how I went down to Memphis, Tennessee, for a beautiful music conference, and lo and behold, on the Thursday, the beginning of the festival, I got appendicitis, and I had to have my appendix removed in Memphis, Tennessee, and went downtown Memphis, Tennessee, and they took care of me. And they sucked it out of me on a late Friday morning at some point. I don't remember too much. And by the evening, I walked out of the hospital and I went back to the festival. And I rolled around in my wheelchair. So if you see me doing this during the song, I'm just trying to picture myself rocking in a wheelchair. Anyway, the song takes me back in time. The song is called "Slow Down, Mississippi River." We were running from the ice and the snow and the northerly wind that chased us. Yeah, but we had my van and our wheels, they were burning. Yeah, they were burning up a pretty little song right along for that pretty little soul. Yeah, driving on past South Dakota. Hey, but listen to me, South Dakota. No offense, but you ain't no Tennessee. Now, you see, they gave us a room overlooking the moon. Yeah, that river passed by on a mother guitar, and the bridge blew up and we could see it all. I didn't have my bills feel luck. I got hustle from my brother, took my organ and my lunch, and now I've been singing. Slow down, my Mississippi River, Lord, I love to hear you sing your song so very slow. 'Cause I've been up along the riverbank here with my Memphis City rhythm. I'm gonna leave a piece of me here when I go. Yeah. But we were passing that wheel off on the freeway. And them 5 hour shits, they ain't nothing for Big T and me, no. You see, they gave me some promise to be there in the morning. Gonna share a drink with the sun. Gonna sail in for a week of rhythm and soul. Gonna make them spin, we're gonna make them crawl. So don't miss it, darling son, slow down. My Mississippi River, I love hearing you sing your song so very slow. 'Cause I've been up along the riverbank here with my Memphis City rhythm, and I'm gonna leave a piece of me here when I go. Baby, I'm gone, gone, gone. Well, not long after we landed, you know, the Lord came down to me in a dream. He said, "You've done enough getting your soul down here to me, boy. Yeah, but you ain't gonna need to sing, and you ain't gonna need to play no more." You see, them doctors, they said they weren't used to seeing boys like me. I might have been the wildest boy furthest away from home they had ever seen. Coming down here looking for love south of the border. Oh, but all I found was a morning on that Sunday worship morning. I got a message from the preacher just to listen to the teacher. Take your hands from your ears and just listen. Don't miss it, Lord. Slow down on my Mississippi River. You sing your song so very slow. 'Cause I've been up along the riverbank here with my Memphis City rhythm. I'm gonna leave a piece of me here when I go, and baby, I'm gone, I'm gone, gone. Yeah, gone, gone. Oh, gone, gone, very slowly. 'Cause I've been up along the riverbank here with my Memphis City rhythm. And I'm gonna leave a piece of me here when I go. Baby, I'm gone, 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 gone. Thank you very much. Beautiful. How's everybody doing out there? Everyone good? You can always come and say hello to us. We're on all kinds of social media things. You can come and find the J.D. Edwards Band. We'd love to hear from you. We like doing this next song a lot. We've been doing this one for many years, and
It's probably because we really love the idea of getting the heck out of here from time to time. Winnipeg is a wonderful city. I love it here. We have so many great things that are going on here. It's a real city. I like how Jake puts it. There's a lot of mustard on elbows over here. And it's a good city. You know, I've been all over, but Winnipeg is great. But from time to time, we just want to get the heck out of here. And this song is about doing just that. This song is called Going Down to Mexico.
Not really Manitoba, mustard.
You call it yellow mustard.
All right.
Oh, I'm not ready.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
cut that mustard.
Not enough mustard. The boss ain't ready. He's got a meat shoulder going on.
All right, if you got a drink at home, this one, have a drink and sing along with us. Here we go. And placed. I had all my signatures erased. I was gonna be a free man. Yeah, going down to Mexico where I can't be found. Going down to Mexico where I can't be found. Well, you shit gonna leave from the back door. Yeah, I never could get through no front door. Got me running $14. Yeah, going down to Mexico where I can't be found. Going down to Mexico where I can't be found. Hey, I'm gonna leave in the darkest, deepest night. It's deserted as a cold and vicious snake bite. Yeah, but as a bandit gonna steal as a rug, taking from everyone. Oh, and everybody keeps telling me that the night keeps getting darker, still alright. Yeah, yeah, now here I go, going down south to Mexico. Got my bags packed and Lord, I've been running. Won't get me some of that good old Mexican sun. Yeah, here I come. I'm gone, leaving my lover's embrace. And all her lines, they're getting so hard to trace. She's gone off looking for a new world. Now I'm going down to Mexico where I can't be found. Going down to Mexico where I can't be found. I had all of my visions embraced, but you changed me, took my dreams and replaced them. Gone walking down a new road, going down to Mexico where I can't be found. Going down to Mexico where I can't be found. Hey, I'm gonna leave in the darkest, deepest night. This is her has a cold and vicious snake bite. Yeah, but as a bandit gonna steal as a run, taking from everyone. Oh, everybody keeps telling me that the night keeps getting darker still. Just when will I see the morning light? Oh, when will I see the morning? Yeah, when will I see the light? Going down to Mexico where I can be found. Going down to Mexico where I can be found. Going down to Mexico where I can be found. Going down to Mexico, gonna get out of this town. Oh, I'm gonna Thank you very much. Thank you. Man, as soon as they open those borders, we're going. Man, oh man, it's been waiting too long, waiting too long. Let's move on here. We've got some good songs coming up here. I hope you guys are digging them. Please come and say hello to us. We'd love to hear from you. You can find us on all the socials. Did I say that? Probably said that already. I guess these days you really can't say that enough. So come and see us online. And then come and see us in person. Fly to Winnipeg or wherever you are. Come on and find us. We would love to play for y'all. We're gonna do a drinking song now. This is a song called "Faith in the Bottle," but it's a bit of a different kind of drinking song. It's not really a happy drinking song, which I guess most drinking songs are happy. But this is a song that kind of talks about how it can kind of go the wrong way, and being sort of stuck in a repetitive kind of thing. Every time you are triggered by something, it might throw a drink down your throat. And this is kind of a song about the struggles and the coping of that. A song called "Faith in a Bottle." Myself for a few days, but tripping through the city block, just trying to find my way. And the devil, she graced me down on the center line. I say here's another for the road, but I'll get you when your time is mine. Yeah. But I believe that this night may be true. Oh, and I'm gonna leave this world early without you. Oh. So Lord, won't you hear my prayer? Won't you fill my cup? 'Cause I've been thirsty for your mercy. Oh, won't you lift me up? I'm down on my knees. I'm down on my knees. Stuck out on that open road. Yeah, but I've been filling up every couple hours or so. Oh, and every second I'm away, I just keep getting further and further from you. And my soul is all wasted. I feel an holes in my shoes. Oh, but I believe there is a spirit for us all. It's gonna pull you through the darkness, or gonna help climb the highest wall. Yes, Lord, when I'm down, you can bet that I ain't blue, no. 'Cause I got faith in the bottle. It's gonna get me through. Take me away. I wanna fly. So long, honey, I've been coming down, down, down. I need one more for the road. I got my money right here. Oh, yeah, just take me higher and higher and higher. This next song is a love song. You gotta throw in a love song into a set. I think it's important. We love you, and we hope you love us. We need a little bit more love going around. This is a song that I wrote with a good friend of mine from Boston. His name's Glenn Bowie, a wonderful poet and a great man, older man, but a fine man he is, and a fine lyricist he is. And we wrote this song together. This is a song called Ragged Little Heart. And of course, the band and I put some music to one of Glenn's poems, one of his stories, one of his dreams, and this is what came out. It's called Ragged Little Heart. She wanted me ragged with that jagged little excuse of a heart. Wanted me ragged till the wheels come flying off the car. She passing me on the highway. I was sitting in my passenger seat. She said, "You're riding shotgun, baby. I pull back the trigger. I singing sugar. Just put away the heat." Put away the heat, mama. Yes, she lighted my fire until I gotta stop, drop, and roll up and cover most of the time. She's out of control, but listen, that's my kind of lover, running me ragged all the way to the bitter end. Until the corner says, "Tag it, bag it, and that's all that you get." Oh, you're gonna be ragged with that jagged little excuse of a heart. You're gonna be ragged till I'm burned out, I'm falling apart. You keep it fast, keep it slow, whatever, just don't let me go. You're gonna be ragged with that jagged little excuse of a heart. Give her my best shot. How could I not? She's so high. Oh, magnificent. But listen, she run me up the wall, she's gonna skin me like a catfish. How could I not fall for someone as beautiful as this? You're gonna be ragged, but I ain't necessarily complaining, no. You're running me ragged, but I ain't saying that it's a bad thing, no. She keeping me on, keep me on my toes. When I get rough around the edges, a little worse more wet. She pats me up with a little loving and a kindness, and I'm good to go. Yes, I am. She said the love ain't intense, boy. It ain't worth a damn, you know. You're gonna be right with that jagged little excuse of a heart. You're running me ragged till I'm burned out and falling apart. Well, thank you very much, everybody. Oh, what a joy this has been. My name is J.D. Edwards. To my left, this is Michael Ormond on guitar. I'm just going to go around. This is This is Jesse Ives back here on the bass. Poison Ives back here. We got Jake Bell on the drums, y'all. And then right here is John Kerouac on the saxophone. Yes, and we have Alex Campbell's on the keyboards right over here. And of course, this is Matthew Robbins on the guitar right over here. And we are the J.D. Edwards Band. It has been such a pleasure to be playing for you. We hope you've been enjoying it.
We have 2 songs left.
That was my line, guys. You guys are stealing my lines. You guys are the band. You're not supposed to say anything. I'm just kidding. We all like to have microphones, pretty much everyone, because everyone likes to say something. Everyone wants to be heard, you know. But that's the nature of this band. We want to be heard. We want you guys to hear us. We want you guys to get into this music and feel good. This is a song called "This Is My Place," and it goes like this. Be up before the sun is day. It's better to beat the light till morning. But there's chores to do and the skies are gray, so we better be up and on now. We better be up and on now. Said, but there's no relief in sight. You gotta be on guard every day and every night. It's gonna take a while to get it right, but at the end of the day you see the light. And at the end of his days he saw the light. As the fields went on and on, and in the darkness before the dawn, when he swam by heaven's grace, this is my place. This is my place. Yeah, this is my place. Underneath the sky in the wild open spaces. Whenever I walk in his footsteps still, through the pastures and over the till, where we picking sweet grass and wild, wild dill, singing and dancing along with the wind. Yeah, singing and dancing along with the wind. La da 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 da. But I believe he had the sight for taking his lumps every day of his life. He be working morning, noon, and night, but at the end of the day he saw the light. At the end of the days he saw the light. As the fields went on and on, and in the darkness before the dawn, when he swam by heaven's grace, oh, this is my place. This is my place. This is my place. Underneath this sky with you in the wide open space. Come on, everybody, everybody. lived here all my life, through months of drought and the winter strife. But I learned a lot with my wife. We walk in our roads every morning light. Walking our road every morning light. As our feelings go on and on, and in the darkness before the dawn, where we share by heaven's grace, and this is our place. This is my place. Yeah, this is my place. Underneath this sky with you and the wide open spaces. Oh, and I'll be up before the sun each day. It's better to be the light till morning, he would say. But there's chores to do and the skies are gray, so we better be up and on now. Better be up and on our way. Better be up and on our way. Better be up and on our way. Thank you very much, everybody. It has been such an honor and a pleasure to sing for you here at the Winnipeg Fringe Festival. Thank you for having us back. Tim, thank you again for doing our sound, and Randy on the lights, and Tori, thank you for showing us what's up. And to all the other crew here at the Fringe Festival, thank you. It's been such a wonderful time for us. Thank you for letting us come back together and get on stage and play for y'all. Thank you. And most of all, thank you for you guys at home or wherever you are. Thank you for tuning and watching. Please share, tell your friends about the Winnipeg Fringe Festival. Come and support the Fringe Festival. It's such a beautiful thing, and we're so lucky that it is still alive and well here in Winnipeg. This is our last song, and this is a song. This is an old rock and roll song that we wrote. Really, this is a song about thinking back in the day. I like to think back when I was a kid and I used to listen to the radio. I felt like I could sing every song on the radio back in the day, but I couldn't remember any of the titles or who sung them, but I feel like I knew all the words. But anyway, this is kind of a throwback, a shout out to artists who've inspired us when we were kids in those rock and roll days. A song called Back in '87. Thank you very much, everybody. Good night. We'll see you around. And everybody screamed and hit the floor, moving like we never moved. Got to screaming and jumping and rocking and rolling like never before. Yeah, so the band took me aside. Let's give me a back to play. We need another trombone player today. Cruising down the coast on the river Red Ride, open for the prairies all the way to the west side. We were running down the Broadway line, living it up every Tuesday night. I run. When the moon and the stars and the sun all align, and that spirit of rock and roll comes. Everybody rock and roll. Everywhere we could, yeah, invested in some old pieces of wood. Wrote every song, each and every line. Saved a bit of money, but spent most of it on wine and losing our minds, running that Broadway line, living it up every single night, watching the girls kick up the feet, getting the boys dancing out of the seats, and the band played a major chord, and everybody screamed, hit the floor, moving like they're never moving, got you screaming and jumping and rock and roll. Everybody's on fire, so much love tonight. I miss it every night. Hey! Thank you very much. We are the JD Edwards Band. JD Edwards Band. Good night.